Hey everybody, I am Justin.
And I'm James.
And together we are
Dollarwise Gamers.
We're in a new location. We're being held hostage in Janet's basement.
Yeah. Janet told us we had to do the podcast now from her basement.
Yeah, it's late on Saturday.
Yep.
She invited us over for free cookies.
And you can't even see my face. Hey,
Yeah,
free cookies.
Free cookies.
Pizza.
And then she's like, they're in the basement, and we fell for it.
We did.
We're like, why is all the equipment set up? And then we just heard the door deadbolted.
Yep.
She's like, record a podcast, and then you'll get cookies.
Do you really think there's going to be cookies?
There damn well better be cookies.
She always makes us cookies. Well,
she always tells us
that there's cookies.
But then she said, oh, I accidentally ate them. So we've actually never got... Why do we even come over here? We've never gotten cookies.
Do you know what episode this is?
This is episode 40?
It is episode 40.
That is divisible by several numbers.
Yeah, a
2,
lot.
4, 5, 8, 10,
Yeah.
20.
I was actually
40.
Talking with a weird stranger on Twitter.
Okay.
And I had told her that one of the things we do very well in our podcast is disappoint our fans. So
that's it, guys. Thanks.
that's it. Thank you. That was episode 40. No, actually,
I want my cookies.
They responded with the fact that actually there's that fun little math thing we do at the beginning of every episode. I assume that has to do with the episode numbers. And it's really something James does. I just go, yeah, those are multiples of whatever number you're talking about.
Because I'm a math magician.
He's magic.
Once we get past, 50, though, I'm lost.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's dive into this.
Let's do it.
What is going on? We'll do what we're playing in a little bit. I've got my Twitch streams on Friday and Saturday nights. Sunday nights. Saturday nights is Wolfpack. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter and
our website. DollarwiseGamers.com.
Yep. Thanks to all of the new followers. We're at 160 some Twitter followers now, so
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Thank you very much. Awesome. I played some Division. I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the open beta. I got Dark Souls 2. We're going to talk about that. And I've got a slew of articles. And then this thing did happen on Humble Bundle. That was a Humble Bundle. A very humble bundle. That Humble Bundle. The Gamepedia online multiplayer Humble Bundle. James is not super excited about it. There's really only one game in there that I was kind of interested in. But only, I think, because my wife likes that time period.
There you go.
So,
Hey,
you know. So I think she'll probably get a little bit more out of it than I will. Anyway, let's get this show started.
We're doing a show today.
Yeah, well, if we want cookies, yes.
For cookies, yep.
Yes.
All right.
So, let's dive into this. What have you been playing? Video game. We know you've been playing lots of board games.
Nothing
at all.
Am I an appropriate host for this podcast anymore?
All right, leave us. Give me a call.
Man.
We're going to start doing this online. We're doing it live.
Oh, man, it's going to be the North American podcast because he's from Canada.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was
really?
Loud.
I installed the Division because of the beta, but
Yep.
I haven't got a chance to play this free beta weekend.
I kind of like this. I can hide back here and pretend like people can't see me.
But why would we record it if you didn't want people to see you?
Oh, by the way, the groundhog. The groundhog did not see his shadow.
Yeah, so
Did
that
we talk
means
about that on the last
didn't.
episode? No, we
didn't.
just mentioned Groundhog Day.
Winter's over, people.
It's over.
It's over.
It was like 45 degrees Fahrenheit today.
It was almost 60 today.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
You
spent
had the day off.
I spent the whole freaking day inside playing video games.
That's why I don't play, because one of us has to have something that's not a video game.
Some sort of
Yeah.
life.
So I play my board games.
So you've
instead.
played nothing. Played nothing.
But can we talk about my board games?
Fine.
Because I got a new game called Castles of Burgundy.
Okay.
It is presently the highest rated game I own as far as the rankings on Board Game Geek.
Okay.
It's number 8.
Check out Board Game Geek, by the way.
There's a Video Game Geek as well.
Is there?
Yeah, I
Same
haven't
type
really.
of thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I haven't explored it enough, but I don't think it's quite as vibrant of a community.
I was just thinking it would take me years to put in all of my Steam games.
Yeah, maybe there's some way. Maybe
Literally
import it in.
years.
That could be its own game.
That would.
I will give you a handwritten achievement if you do that.
All right.
There you
Ding.
go. 1 million fake points.
So, have you got to play this game at all yet?
I have. Me and the lady played, and it's interesting. I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Very good game. It's highly recommended for 2 players. And
I'm
it
gonna
definitely
adjust my seat a little bit so I can turn more towards you. Because I feel like I'm looking over my shoulder to see you.
And it fits that niche well. It was a good game. And I got another game called Edo, Y-E-D-O. I've discovered that searching for games similar to Lords of Waterdeep in its gameplay.
Yeah.
And it is, except it happens in like feudal era Japan.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Haven't got a chance to play, but it looks really interesting, and it's got a lot of good theme because of that. So both those games, and we played not too long ago. Not that game, but we played Lords of Waterdeep, and we played Zombie Dice.
Yep.
And basically, Justin came into this house and whipped our asses.
In both games.
He really did.
I did. And Zombie Dice, I dominated the first round.
Yeah, he was the living embodiment of statistical anomaly.
Yeah, it was to 13, and I stopped at 12, and that was my first roll.
Yeah, and he hadn't gotten any, I mean, for those that have played, he hadn't got any shotguns, and he had 12 brains, and he stopped. No, if he knew what he knows, one roll after, he wouldn't have stopped.
I wouldn't have stopped. I thought we were playing to 18. I didn't know we were playing to 13.
Brutal. I don't want to talk about board games anymore. Now my feelings are
all right, so I've been playing. I've been playing enough to keep up for both of us, I think.
It's true. That's your job.
It's true. It's now my job. I've been playing Dark Souls 2. My wife got it for me for my birthday, along with State of Decay Year 1 edition.
Nice. I have that too.
I want to play it, but I really like playing Dark Souls, so I haven't been playing. Because when I sit down, I'm like, I want to play Dark Souls. I installed the Division open beta for this weekend and played a hell of a lot of it last night. Levis and his friend Sean and I played until the wee hours of the morning. And then I went to bed and woke up at 7:30 in the morning because I'm used to getting up at like 5:30 in the morning. So my body was like, you slept in long enough. Yeah. It's time for you to wake up. And so I got up, I went downstairs, I made myself something to eat. I sat down at my computer and continued to play video games.
And it took him forever to get here today because I think he's like, I'm going to get ready. And then he probably played for like 15 more minutes.
That's not true. I did get ready. It just took a little longer than I expected it to.
To get to a save point?
No. No. Actually, Levis and I were playing Dark Souls 2 together.
All right.
For about an hour. Because we had been playing Division again. Because I played the Division again today. I played H1Z1 today with the Infection podcast people.
Okay.
I've listened to their podcast for a little while. I've played a couple of times with them. I played with them on Ark Survival Evolved. Speaking of which, Ark Survival Evolved is one of the games on next month's Humble Bundle, Humble Monthly.
I pre-bought so I could get it.
Okay.
They're getting me on the pre-sales. Like the Humble Monthly is like, I don't know.
It's got its claws in you a little bit.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like,
the last 2 months.
Maybe I've been resisting pre-sales for so long that it just like I couldn't resist anymore. And now every time the one comes out and there's the one game, if you order early, you get it. I do. And I did it for this game and I did it for Alien Isolation. And I haven't played a second of either of them.
Have you even, and we obviously know that you haven't played either of the games that Sherbets had suggested you play.
Besieged and Banished. No, I have not. But they are installed, which is like, apparently for me, 1% of the battle.
So to at least alleviate probably Sherbet's disappointment with you, it's not that he's not playing the games you suggested. He's just not playing video games.
It's true.
This has actually been an ongoing discussion of ours for months now. You are not playing video games anymore. Like you're playing board games. I don't have a problem with it. Like I like board games. I play board games with you. It stinks a little bit that you live a little further away now, but no, I mean whatever, dude. Enjoy your existence, right?
Bingo.
Right. So no, I'm getting plenty of video game time, and Levis, the people from the Casual Shenanigans really kind of fill that multiplayer niche for me.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I'm being let down.
I think he's breaking up with me.
No, it's okay. It's not you, it's me.
Oh, damn! You sound just like my mom.
Wow. Anyway, on that bombshell, let's move on.
We're moving on.
Yes. So I did play The Division. I will continue to play it probably through this weekend. I do have to go grocery shopping sometime tomorrow, so I don't know how I'm going to work that in. But
Peapod.
No, it's too expensive. It's too expensive. But no, man, the Division it's really great. It's a lot of fun. I will not pre-order it. I have at least decided, like after playing it the first time in the closed beta, I really wanted to.
Right.
Like playing in the open beta, I realized that like I don't need to wait. I can wait on this game.
Right.
it is a lot of fun. There are things that I like about it. It really fills a lot of niches that the little things about games that really get me and keep me going back, and the like grind for a little bit better gear and a little bit better like a new shirt or a new hat or something like that. Like those types of things. I think they did a great job with there's still a little bit of balancing stuff that needs to happen with the Dark Zone, which is the PvP area.
Right.
But in general, it's fun. It's entertaining. You just don't want to go in there by yourself. So hopefully it's got a really good single player sort of game to play through so that when no one else is there to play with you, you have at least something to do.
Right.
Because I don't think I've went into the Dark Zone today by myself a couple of times and it wasn't fun. It made me, that's why I walked away from the game and started playing H1Z1 with the Infection Podcast guys. So, a lot of fun. All right, we're going to dive through this. I have a quiz for you, James. This is a PC Gamer article called "Can You Guess the Game?" from these Steam user reviews.
Okay, I'm probably not going to be great at this, but let's do it.
All right, here we go. So,
I'm ready.
Quote, "A girl drugged me, pooped on my body, and called me a noob." So your options are, I'm going to give you... Okay, so this should be a little easier for you.
Right.
Your options are Primal Carnage Extinction, Ark Survival Evolved, DayZ, or Dino D-Day.
I'm going to go with Ark Survival Evolved because you told me you can poop in that game.
And you are correct. Plus 60% of the people also guessed that.
Can't poop in all games. You can poop while playing any game, but you can't poop in all games.
In the game, yeah. All right, next one.
That's my life pro tip for this podcast.
That deep plot you heard about is just every conspiracy theory tossed in a blender. So this is Half-Life 2, Invisible Ink, Deus Ex, or Grand Theft Auto 5?
Deus Ex.
We'll go with that. Let's see what it is. Deus Ex is correct, so you are 2 for 2.
Never played it, people.
Nice job. That one, I had no idea what that one was. All right. It has a shotgun that shoots swords. Your options are Rust, Gary's Mod, Just Cause 3, and Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2.
I played Borderlands 2, and that doesn't sound familiar, but it sounds most like that, so I'm going to go Borderlands 2.
All right. That is correct. 3 for 3.
Man, how many of these are there?
15.
Okay, well, let's rock through it. Come on.
All right.
Take it
Not too sure what to write here, so here's a recipe for pancakes instead. All right. Your options are XCOM 2, Team Fortress 2, Borderlands 2, or Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2.
Incorrect. It is Team Fortress 2.
That was my gut.
Yeah. All right. We know how daunting... Oops, sorry about that. That was not the thing. This game is like porn. You'd expect a story, but it really doesn't matter. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Bulletstorm 2, Rocket League, or Just Cause 3?
Rocket League.
Incorrect. Just Cause 3. I got that one wrong, too.
Are we going to go through all 15 of these?
Do you want to stop?
We should probably stop.
Okay. So you can check out the rest of those. It's on PC Gamer. The article will be... Or the link to the article, not the whole article. The link to the article will be in the underbar of the video and the podcast thingamajigger. All right. Next article I have for you. Have you heard of the game called Quantum Break?
I have not.
Okay, it is a game that was announced years ago. Actually, I think it was announced when they launched the Xbox One. So that's about how old it is.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember them talking about it then. This game's not going to be available on Steam.
Why?
It's a Microsoft game. It's only going to be available through the Microsoft's downloadable thing, kind of like Uplay and GOG and Origin and Steam. So what do you think about this, James? You can tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Well, we talked about this similar subject. I understand it from a marketing perspective. You want people installing your platform because it's like owning the Xbox or the PlayStation. That's your platform. So they're loading it up and they're seeing your deals and you can force your advertising down their throat. But as a lazy American, I resent the fact that I have to have 4 different things installed
launchers
on my computer if I want it. I like everything to be purchasable and from one thing, which I guess it is through one thing.
Right.
But yeah, it is what it is. You're never gonna be able to stop it.
It's true. So here's why you're wrong. Okay, you ready for this?
Yep.
All right. Steam is awesome, right?
Yeah.
What's their incentive to stay being awesome if they're the only option?
I said I understood.
Yeah, okay. I'm
So,
just telling you.
You decided what you're going to say if you were going to disagree with me, but we didn't really disagree.
No, we never do.
Okay, what's the next article?
All right, next article.
That was we should edit that back into the podcast later.
What?
Just edit it out and then edit it back in again.
Okay.
Just, as a form of protest. That's the extra work I put on you for doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. We talked a little bit about this before we started recording for the podcast, but on Kotaku.com, on their website, there is an article called Firewatch Developer Offers a Classy Response to a Steam Refund Request. Now you can read this article because we're not going to really talk about the fact that the developer responded to this. Right. It's more that somebody had played the game, had spent $18. It's an $18 game. Got 2 to 3 hours out of it. That's, I guess, about standard, maybe 3 or 4, depending on how much you really kind of dig into it.
Yeah.
Really liked the game, but took to, I think, Reddit. I'd have to really dig in to see, but I'm pretty sure it was Reddit or something, and had said, hey, I loved the game. I like the developer, but I only got 2 to 3 hours out of this game. And I paid $18 for it, and so I'm thinking about doing a return through Steam, which is actually super easy to do, especially if you've played 2 hours or less and it's within 14 days, which he basically probably would have been within.
Right.
So we've talked about this a little bit before, and I kind of wanted to dig in again and see what you thought.
$1 per hour. It's important. I mean, unless you really give me, like, there are things, nostalgia we've talked about, just, a great, unique game that just, maybe might not have the time. Replayability, just because you beat it in 3 hours, maybe it's a good enough game that you could play it again and again and again. But the $1 per hour is a marker. It's important. And there are things you can add to adjust. But like a 20-hour game, basically, that takes you 2 hours to beat, that's rough,
Yeah, it's...
especially for a game where you're trying to prevent forest fires.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying that it, like, for what it is, it seems like it's filling like an interesting little niche. You know what I mean? Like, it's something kind of specific to that game. You're not going to get that specific gameplay experience anywhere else. But I don't like it. I mean, I understand that that's part of it, but it's not a game that I would be interested in buying for that aspect. I mean, there are other aspects of this game that make it something I'm not interested in. But even if I was, once I heard that, I would be like, nah. Maybe if I was interested and it went on sale for $5, then I'd jump
maybe
on
it would be worth it, right?
Because then you're only like, $5. I'm going to dilly dally around a little bit. It's going to take me 4 hours. I feel good about that.
Yeah. See, there's sort of the Dollarwise Gamers line, which is the $1 per hour, and that in this case, what we would probably say is don't get this game for anything more than $5. So you need to wait for a sale to get this game, according to the $1 per hour amount of entertainment. However, me personally, I think that sometimes you can pay more for a game to support developers and things like that. And if you really, really like the game, for example, Reflections is one of those games that you would probably also only get 2 to 3 hours, maybe a little bit more, depending on how much you replayed it. If you play it through once, you're only going to get about 2 hours worth of entertainment out of it.
And how expensive is the game?
Well, right now in its alpha state, I think it's 15. I think it's on sale for 10, or it's normally 10. But I think when we talk to I can't think of his name right now.
We're bad at we interview too many people.
Yeah,
it's hard to remember. I could throw out a handful of names.
Yeah, I mean I could pull it up on Twitter, but I'm not going to spend the time.
When we talked to the lead developer of Reflections, and Grave, right?
And Grave, yeah. It's Broken Window Studios.
Awesome. Yeah.
And it's interesting that I can remember the names. But anyway, that's a game that's got a great story, and I would say you should spend the $15 on a game like that if you want a really good story and something deep once it's come to fruition and it's done. But Dollarwise Gamers wise as about it, it's not going to meet necessarily that $1 per hour worth of entertainment unless you replay it a lot.
And it's a black and white standard. It is, but and our original conversations about that, and we've mentioned this before, come from AAA titles that are going to cost you $60.
Correct.
And when you go get one of those games that has 10 hours of content
and $60, that's huge.
As opposed to something like a Skyrim or a Diablo 3, which we were talking about earlier, that have like the replayability on, like, the amount that you can get out of Bethesda games in general is like way over 60 hours.
Right.
You could get 200, 300, even more, depending on like if it's a game you can replay. And Diablo 3's replayability is very high as well, at least for my personal taste. But even one playthrough is going to get you relatively close, if not to that 60 hours. So like games like that, that's great. But when you pre-order, like worst case scenario, you pre-order a game that is broken, and when you do finish it, it still only takes you 10 hours. That's
an issue.
Yeah, like from my perspective, that company has screwed all of its customers because that's not what you do. It's not up to the standard, or you have to let people know, like if you do a great game that only takes 10 hours, but it's great, like you've done something groundbreaking. You've done something that's completely immersive, whatever it is, and it's only 10 hours, but you let people know, like, hey, it's a short game. We weren't worried about time. We wanted like every second of this game though to be
an experience.
Blah. Yeah, whatever it is, whatever that thing is they're going for. That's fine. Be honest, but don't be like, oh, we have this great game. It's only 10 hours, and you're going to love it. Yeah. Pre-order.
Yeah, it's a thing we've talked about, but we're going to keep moving on. And as always, if you guys have any feedback, if you have a difference of an opinion, please email us. Let us know what you think at dollarwisegamers@gmail.com. So I talked to you a little bit about this. I actually played this weekend because this just happened. H1Z1, very favorite game of mine, got split into 2 different games.
Yeah, PvE, PvP.
Yesterday, as of yesterday.
No, actually it was the 17th.
Oh, was it the 17th?
Yep.
I was thinking it was the 19th for some reason. But I actually played some of the survival today. Nothing's been updated. There was a wipe and some other stuff, but nothing crazy from this most recent update. But, it's supposed to have 2 different developers. Not 2 different developers, I'm sorry.
Teams.
2 different teams. A team working on the survival side and the King of the Kill side.
So does that mean that right now, with the exception of the fact that one is all PvP and one is all PvE, they're not different games? Like, as of right now?
As of right now, they're not really different games.
Yeah.
They're basically what they were before.
Right.
With the exception of that one is just the Battle Royale stuff and the other one is just the survival stuff.
That's interesting. If you think about it, like right now, if you didn't own it, you can go to Steam and buy 2 games that are inherently identical.
Yep. And they use the same assets. They use the same engine. Right. Everything is exactly the same. I'm sure the art team is still going to be the same on both ends. But yeah, and they're $20 each.
So does it say in this article if the PS4 and the Xbox One versions are going to be both in one?
I don't believe so. Daybreak Games has, I don't want to talk like negatively about them, but they've really been trying to come up with new ways to make money.
Yeah.
Originally, these H1Z1 was supposed to be a free-to-play game.
Oh, yeah.
They've said now that that's no longer on the table. It's not going to be free to play. So I'm actually glad that I ended up buying it, aside from the fact that how many hours I got out of that game and how much enjoyment I got out of that game.
Dollarwise deal, people.
Definitely. One of my best, actually, that I've had on Steam. So
I don't remember what my best is. I'll look it up. We'll talk about it in the next podcast.
So, but he might open Steam. But yeah, so if you missed it, if you missed the boat on this one, I'm sorry. It's still potentially, the survival side is still potentially a good deal for $20. And even if you're a big battle royale type person, the $20 for that one is also potentially a good deal too. The game still has some ways to go. So I would wait for a sale. I wouldn't drop $20 unless you are absolutely sure that this is like you've played it, you got to play it at a friend's house, whatever. I wouldn't drop the $20 unless you're absolutely sure you're going to get the hours out of that game. But, at least you can, I guess, kind of piecemeal it out to decide which one you'd rather do.
It's true, and I'm sure there'll be sales where it's both for $20.
Again, we're going to skip that one and not do that. So we're just going to move right on to the Humble Bundle, kind of start wrapping things up.
All right. Well, my impressions on this, every tier is each one only has one actual game. Well, no, the $5 tier has 2 actual games. Everything else is add-ons to free-to-play games. And I find that disappointing.
Yeah, they've done these before. Where they do just a bunch of add-ons.
I probably wiped it off my mind, so I wasn't,
Yeah, Humble Bundle does this from time to time. And here's the thing, James. We've talked about this. Humble Bundle does not always market to us.
Wait, what?
They don't. They do send us emails every week, and we love getting those emails from them. But they don't specifically market to us all the time. And this is for a select type of people who like, because these are a lot of online free to play. I mean, Dirty Bomb, Heroes and Generals. Those are both free to play. Path of Exile, we got actually a lot of hours out of. It's one true. Of our first games that we played a lot on Steam together.
It's true.
And that one is a free to play game. Smite is a free to play game. Neverwinter is a free to play game.
Yeah, I think all the add-ons are. I wasn't familiar with all of them, but yeah, I think
So let's shoot through these. So the pay $1 or more, you get Awesome Knots, you get Heroes and Generals Early Access Weekend Warrior Pack add-on, Dirty Bomb the Ultimate Starter Pack add-on, Curse Premium 30-day subscription. So that's obviously a paid subscription game. And then WildStar Jumpstart Pack add-on. So there you go. We're not going to go into any of the costs or anything like that because...
it's not that kind of bundle.
It's not that kind of a bundle.
The top tier is $12. They don't have a, pay the average either.
Yeah. Go ahead with the second one.
Okay. $5 Vertiginous Golf 4-pack, which is the one game I was interested in just because I like golf games, and it's one of the only kind of that's out right now that's not, console only. Smite, Freya, and Pixel Buster Skin add-on. Neverwinter Humble Pirate Pack add-on. War of the Vikings, another actual game. Hallelujah. Robocraft Early Access Twin Robot Pack. So all that is the $5 tier.
All right, and then the third tier is a pay $12 or more to unlock Dirty Bomb Humble Bundle Loadout Cards and Case add-on, the Path of Exile Arctic Crown and Cobra Pet add-on, and the only game in the $12 tier is Life is Feudal Your Own. Now that game I actually know because I've been watching that game. It's a game that I'm interested in. Steam thinks I should be interested in it. And it's $30 regularly on Steam. I know that just because I've looked at it.
Right.
It's basically like a survival-y-esque kind of open world game, but it's more about reality than like fantasy. And so it's about trying to survive in the feudal sort of medieval ages.
Okay.
So, and you can do sort of what you want. If you want to be a blacksmith, if you want to be a farmer. I haven't actually played it, but I will eventually play it because I'm going to buy this. Which is weird. I'm going to drop $12 on this. But I really sort of want that Life is Feudal game, and I know my wife was interested in it because she had expressed an interest. And we have family share, even though we are on opposite sides of the pond.
Nice.
So I guess if you're really nice, I will give you one of the 4-pack things, whatever for.
So you're telling me you're never going to give it to me?
Golf? Maybe. We'll see. I thought you were done with Facebook.
I'm bored, I guess. I don't know. Like, I clicked away from Humble Bundle, and I went to this, and then I went to that, and then here we go. I'm off Facebook.
Humble Bundle.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I was thinking that there was something else I was supposed to bring up, and now I can't remember what it is.
Tabletop Simulator board game night.
We should do one of those in March.
We should.
Yeah. Let's plan for something in March. Another Sunday.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sunday's usually good, generally. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not the last Sunday of March.
It's true. You know what we could say?
What?
If this video looks really weird or the audio is really awkward, it's because we're recording down here with no cookies.
It's true.
Yeah. So we'll try to fix that and have cookies next time, I guess.
Maybe.
If that's the case.
Yeah. Okay, then. All right. Well, if I have forgotten to mention something or there was somebody
Did you do your Humble Monthly 10-minute thing yet?
I did not for last month. I did record it. So this is what happened. I recorded it. I recorded all the audio. I set up my camera. I set this camera up to record myself because I was going to edit it all together. And completely forgot to record the screen.
Ooh.
So useless. Completely useless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a picture of me playing a video game, talking about playing the video game.
Maybe there's a market for it.
There might be, maybe. I mean, have you ever seen Vine?
Can you tell what video game he's playing?
Yeah. So that sucks. And I was like, I am not going back and doing this again. I'm not going back and doing it again. Which I'm sorry, but for March, I will get back into doing the every 10 minutes, love it, like it, or lose it for that. So I will get back to that. I'm sorry for any of those who, like, the first one in January is like, this is awesome, I want this forever and ever, and now it didn't happen in February. You know, technical difficulties. It happens all the time. All the time. More than you know.
It's true. This is the 14th time we've recorded this podcast.
And we still don't have cookies.
Damn it.
Damn it. All right.
Put the lotion in the basket. Wait, what?
What? Janet? All right. We will see you all next time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Brenin. Thank you. Oh, shit. Thank you to Janet, who's giving us cookies.
She better
be giving us cookies. Thanks, Brendan, for our the wolf packs that we do on Saturday. He is actually, luckily we're recording on a Saturday. He is at his grandma's, so we will not be playing, obviously, tonight, as it's kind of getting late, and he's not around. And thank you to the young lady, Kathy, the young lady that does the board game night. So that is awesome. You live closer now, so maybe we will do that. There's one coming up this Wednesday.
I actually get off work at 6.
So maybe I might be able to do it too.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Small World is the game this week. Never played it.
I've never played it either, but it's
There's
nice.
a tabletop, Will Wheaton's tabletop on
Yeah.
it, so you get a general idea.
Okay. As always, and then, of course, as always, thank you, everybody out there. We really appreciate it. It's great to see you. It's great to see the interactions on YouTube and Twitter, and we have a lot of fun. So if this is the first time you come across either the podcast or the video, please go over to our Twitter. Please follow us on there so you can get all of our updates and everything like that. It's mostly me on there, so if you want to interact directly with me, if you want to interact with James, just tell me that you want to talk to him, and I will let him know that.
He will turn on my internets.
I will turn on the internets for him and turn on the lights and get him out of playing whatever board game he's playing. Thank you all for joining us. And, of course, as always,
Enjoy your existence. I don't think that's how it goes.
I think it does. Janet, where's our cookies?